There's something that most of us get wrong about meditation, beginners and regular practitioners alike, that holds us back from getting the most out of the practice. And today I'm going to break down what exactly this is and how you can shift it so that you can get the most out of your meditation practice. I'm Rebecca Doring. I've been meditating personally every single day for over 12 years, and I've been teaching it for over 10. And I consider that of all of my personal growth practices that I've cultivated over the years, meditation has been the most transformational for me personally, and has been the number one thing that enables me to do hard things, set seemingly impossible goals, grow when I hit obstacles in my life, navigate obstacles, navigating grief, finding more peace in my every single day, less overwhelm, even though my schedule now is even busier than it was when I first started meditating. This very thing that I'm going to break down in this video is precisely the thing that changed everything for me in my life. And it is the idea that meditation is supposed to be this beautiful, blissful, wonderful, lovely, enjoyable practice. Because we hear that it's supposed to reduce stress, give you inner peace, be blissful, and help you see visions or feel waves of bliss in your body. And while that can be true, that is a byproduct of something that is very different and something that we don't really talk about. Meditation is not a distraction from stress. And it's not an avoidance of our pain. It's not a place where we go to get away from pain, to get away from distraction, to get away from stress. It's actually something much more challenging. Meditation is where we remove distractions, where we take away numbness, where we stop compartmentalizing. Meditation is a place where we actually are present with our stress. We are present with our pain, our discomfort, our overwhelm, our worry, our anxiety. We are present for it all. And this is the reason why so many people struggle with meditation when they first start. Because if you go into meditation expecting that it's supposed to be this beautiful, wonderful, peaceful practice, and you've been distracted from your thoughts, from your emotions, from your problems all day because we're on our devices, and in our modern day world now, we're nearly always distracted in ways that we used to not even be 10 years ago, right? We stand in line at the grocery store, all of us on our phones. We are so rarely alone with our own experience that as soon as we remove those distractions and we're thinking, hey, let's go and try this meditation thing. I hear that it's really peaceful. I'm pretty stressed out. Let's see if we can give that a try. And you sit down and you're assaulted by an even busier mind than you had before. You're assaulted with physical discomfort, with uncomfortable sensations all in your body, and it feels so horribly wrong. It feels so intensely opposite from what you expected it to be. We're often left with, okay, either this is just not for me, or maybe I'm bad at this. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. On the other hand, this expectation also impacts regular practitioners. If you're a regular meditation practitioner, then chances are you've gotten over that hump, that you're no longer blocked from being able to sit down and meditate, but you might struggle with meditation without guidance. Regular practitioners, maybe even longtime regular practitioners, will come to use meditation as another avoidance tool. This is the very thing that most of us get wrong about meditation, that if we make it to a place where we actually do experience some benefit from the practice, where we've listened to enough recordings that we feel better, or we've done it enough times that we feel the benefit that pushes us to do the hard thing of sitting down and meditating because we realize that it does make us feel better on the other side, we might then use it as a place to avoid or distract ourselves from our stress, from our pain, from our discomfort, from our fear, from our emotions. And this is actually quite common. Many yoga practitioners do this. I myself have done this in the past, 100%. Human beings are wired to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and conserve energy. The primitive brain is wired to do this. So whenever we are experiencing discomfort, we're going to reach towards pleasure. When we're experiencing pain, we're going to reach towards pleasure. And what that often means in our modern day society is opening up social media, scrolling, eating, doing things that are anything but actually sitting here present with all the discomfort. And when we start developing good habits like practicing yoga, exercising, journaling, practicing meditation, we might inadvertently do the same thing. So if you are struggling with something, we might say, okay, let me feel better. Let me put on a meditation and let me get through this. In other words, we're saying to ourselves, I don't want to feel this anymore, or I don't want to feel this at all. So I'm going to sit and meditate and push this away and get to a different place. By the way, I have a free downloadable meditation that I highly recommend that you download right now. The link is below. I'm going to walk you through what to do instead to get the most out of your meditation practice next. And you can use my guided meditation to follow along with after you finish this video. So here's what to do instead. And here's the power of doing this. So I mentioned earlier that meditation I consider is the number one thing that has helped me overcome inner blocks like self-doubt, fear of putting myself out there, fear of setting a goal and not achieving it, doing hard and scary things. Meditation has helped me overcome those things. It's also helped me navigate and move through grief, the loss of my father. It's also helped me heal old traumas. And it helps me process my daily stresses and worries and fears and the natural things that just come up from being an adult human being on this planet. And it's not because I use it as an avoidance tool. Instead, I use it as a place to process. If we start seeing meditation as a place to process whatever is here, not seek comfort from it, but to process it, well, now meditation is free to do what it's designed to do, which means to release it, to process it, to allow us to move through it, which might mean we're more aware of it at first, and then it's free to go away. And when these things go away, they leave behind wisdom. Just about every time. I mean, maybe not 100% of the time, but most of the time, when I process an emotion, when I process a racing mind, when I process stress, when I process grief, when I process physical pain through the steps that I'm going to walk you through in a moment, I'm left with a gift on the other side, a sense of clarity, an insight, a feeling of gratitude, a positive feeling, something that we also repress when we repress the discomfort or the pain. And when we stop repressing the discomfort or the pain or the stress or the worry, even just, daily little discomforts, we then stop repressing the good stuff too. So here's what you do. Rather than seeing whatever it is that's coming up, and it can be something subtle, like just racing thoughts, it could be something really powerful, like a really uncomfortable emotion or a physical sensation in your body, like a physical pain. Whatever is coming up, our brain is wired to want to get rid of it or not feel it. So our instinct might be to judge it, like, why am I feeling this? Or why is this happening to me? We might have an instinct to fix it. Okay, what's wrong? How do I fix this? How do I get rid of it? We might have an instinct to compartmentalize or resist it. I'm going to push this down. I'm not going to think about it. But meanwhile, all of those realities is this thing is still here. We might be focusing on something else, but it's still here. A beautiful analogy that I love to use, that when we are repressing something, particularly emotions, but when we're repressing all of this stuff as well, it's like trying to take a beach ball and trying to shove it below the surface of the water, like the surface of a pool. It requires a tremendous amount of focus and energy to hold it there. You can do it, but you now still have the ball, it's there, but you also have all of this effort that you're using to resist it. When you least expect it, if you soften that effort for a moment without trying to, maybe life just gets too busy, it pops back up in your face. Oftentimes at the worst times, right? That always happens. We explode in the middle of a meeting or a family gathering, or right when all the things are coming to a head, the busiest week of our lives, that's when we have a nervous breakdown, right? So if you think about the thing that we're trying to avoid in meditation, instead of pushing it down and looking over here, take the resistance away, which means now we can relax with this ball being here as well. We can now observe the beach ball. We can sit and relax beside the beach ball. And as we do that, it will naturally start to float away. So what this looks like in practice, in actionable practice, is in the downloadable meditation that I have linked below, I guide you through what's called Anapana. It's a particular meditation technique where you focus your attention on the tip of your nose and the sensation of your breath just in this space, the tip of your nose, your nostrils, your upper lip. Focus only there. Anytime your mind wanders, you notice it and you bring it back, and you allow your awareness to be like weightlifting. Something will pull it away. That's very normal. You bring it back. Something pulls away. You bring it back. You do this like weightlifting of the mind. Every repetition of bringing it back is making your mind stronger. But while you're doing this, when something launches you away, it might take you a few moments before you notice it. You might be lost in the argument that you had yesterday. You might be lost in your to-do list for the day. You might be planning out your meal that you're going to cook tonight, right? We all experience it. When that happens, imagine that it's a beach ball and you're allowing the beach ball to be there, not trying to get rid of it, not judging it for being there, not thinking, oh God, I'm doing this wrong because I'm thinking, no. The beach ball's there. Just going to allow it to be there. Allow is the key word. Soften around it, and then bring my attention back. Now, a really common experience that many of us have is we'll start to get annoyed by external distractions, right? You finally sit down to meditate, and then all of a sudden your dog is doing zoomies around the house, or your kids are making a racket, or your husband is mowing the lawn outside, and you're getting annoyed. You're thinking, why is this distraction happening? Here is where we can use this practice to allow the response to what's happening to be an opportunity to process that annoyance. So rather than trying to stop the distraction, rather than trying to be mad at the distraction, rather than trying to judge our own anger and annoyance, and rather than thinking how this meditation is not how it's supposed to be, remember that meditation is a place to process. And maybe today you're meant to process the feeling of being annoyed or angry. And maybe, it's in context of this silly thing, but maybe that anger and annoyance is there underneath the surface, impacting your daily life in other areas that you might not be aware of, or maybe you are aware of. So allow the anger to be there, or allow the annoyance to be there, and observe it. So start to observe, like get curious. For a few moments before bringing your attention back to the tip of your nose, explore the experience of being annoyed. How does it present in your physical body? An emotion is a vibration we feel in the tissues, in the physical body. So where do you feel this annoyance specifically? Can you pinpoint it? If you had to draw it on a figure of yourself or the human body, where would you draw it? What color would you use? Is there one part that's more extreme than another? If you had to describe the sensation of being annoyed to somebody who's never felt it before, what descriptive words would you use? Would you say it's tight? Would you say it's shaky? Would you say it's expansive, tingly, cold, hot, warm, icy? Here are the steps. Number 1, notice what is coming up for you. Number 2, get curious about it. We cannot judge or resist or avoid and be curious about something at the same time. Instead, think of like an explorer is curious. They don't want to fix what they find. They don't want to get rid of what they find. They don't want to numb what they find or judge what they find. They just want to discover all that there is. So step 1, notice. Step 2, get curious. Step 3, allow this to be here. And step 4, observe, as if you're taking notes about this thing. So this can be applied to what I just said, annoyance. It could also be applied to a racing mind itself. Maybe you're super stressed out today and you sit down and you meditate and your thoughts are going brrrr, right? Number 1, notice. Notice your mind. Number 2, get curious. Curious about the racing thoughts themselves, as if they are something separate you can observe, as if they're like a train passing by making noise. Number 3, allow. Allow the train of thought to be there. Number 4, observe. Just watch the train of thought instead of getting on the train and getting lost, or instead of trying to wait until the train passes. Imagine the train's just going to be there for the duration of this practice. Notice, get curious, allow, and observe. And when you feel like some softening, then bring your attention back to the tip of your nose. Observe the sensation. Your awareness will drift back to your thoughts. Keep doing this practice. Maybe the second you sit down, an argument you had last week suddenly comes to you. And maybe it's coming here because you haven't had a chance to process it until now. And if we sought to just have a peaceful, blissful, beautiful meditation instead and kind of push that down and focus on beautiful, positive things, would that serve you more for it to continue to live there inside of you, waiting to pop back up in your face later on? Or would it serve you more to process it? This is where then we get to all the things that we hear about meditation. If you process this argument and the experience of it, notice, get curious, allow, observe, then it leaves you. And that's when you might finish your meditation feeling lighter, feeling a sense of peace, feeling calmness, feeling centered, feeling more you. Or maybe you feel annoyed the entire time and then you open your eyes, and then as you start moving throughout your day, you realize that you're lighter. You realize that maybe you're not quite so reactive. You realize that maybe you're acting more like yourself. You're able to enjoy your day more like the way you normally do, or maybe even in a more enjoyable way than you usually do. Meditation makes you more you, if we allow it to. If you lean into and embrace the idea that meditation is here to process and actually allow us to be present with whatever is here, that will give you, number one, the opportunity to process whatever is here instead of continuing to hold on to all of this baggage everywhere we go, which, number two, enables us to be light of that, lighter, free of that, so we can be more ourselves, not carrying around all this baggage. And number three, it also gives us a powerful skill. If you're practicing this skill over and over and over and over again every time you meditate, well, then that skill is there for you when you are doing something hard in your life, when either something hard in your life happens and you need to work through it. Well, now you have the mental skill and resilience to move through that challenge. Or if you set a goal to do something hard in your life, like for me, I have a personal love of trail running, and I use this skill to be able to navigate the hard in the hard moments of races. I'm able to use that to process the hard and keep going after my dream. Or if you are a yoga teacher and you are growing your business and you're putting yourself out there more and maybe you're hosting bigger events, well, now you have the skill to be able to be with the discomfort that arises when you're facing those things, when maybe you're having difficult conversations, when you are putting yourselves in rooms that might scare you, or you're navigating hard questions that students ask. This is how I'm able to blossom and grow so much in so many areas of my life because of using meditation in this way and allowing it to do its thing. Because this is what meditation is designed to do. It is designed to let us be comfortable in the discomfort, find peace in the center of chaos. And if we can do that in the quietness of our own meditation practice, then that will enable us to do that in the chaos of life. All right, my friend? So be sure to download the meditation below and be sure to hit subscribe. I am offering more meditation tips, meditation teaching tips, yoga teaching tips, yoga drills, yoga biomechanics. And then I also share some stories about doing hard things, mindset skills on doing hard things in trail running, and offer some things for runners too. So like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.